Government orchestrating confrontation with judiciary. What do you think? Because the development which we are seeing these days, government thinks that it was you know it has the mandate of the people, so they can or they have the right to capture the other constitutional institution as well. Like as we see, the election commission, control, controller and auditor general office. There's so many constitutional institutions are, you know, influenced, heavily influenced by the parliament or the government in the power, because the appointment in that organizations are heavily biased by the government. So we have an article on that is government orchestrating confrontation with judiciary. What do you think? So now we will discuss on that. So for some time now, against the backdrop of mounting pendency of cases, the government has been airing an older grievance against the court in increasingly uh, churlish ways. In 2015, the Apex Court had struck down an amendment establishing the National Judicial Appointment Commission (NJAC) on the ground that it was unconstitutional by giving the government the final say on a appointment. It undercut the independence of the judiciary. Evidently, 7 years on, the government has still not accepted that court decision with good grace, even though it did not file a review petitions or a curative review either. Clearly, too, it has seized an opportune moment to hark back to the issue. After a prolonged period when it seemed that the court was giving the executive the benefit of most doubt, the Supreme Court has given the impression of pushing back institutionally against an executive that that is not ever weaponizing its large mandate. The charge against the court has been led by the Union Minister of Law and Justice, Kiran Rijiju, and more disturbingly by the Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, dragging his high constitutional office into political controversy. The latter used his maiden speech as Rajya Sabha chairman to target the court by painting a spurious opposition between its NJAC decision on one side and parliamentary sovereignty and the people's mandate on the other. On Thursday, the law minister linked the pendency of the cases at nearly 5 crore to vacant post of judge till a new system of appointment is evolved, and also the long vacation which the courts obtained. A few days ago, he had described the collegium system as not accountable and opaque. Of course, the minister has a point. Much needs to be done to make system in which judge appoint judge more transparent and open. But it is also true that collegium's problems are not entirely of its own making. The government has consistently put obstacles in its path by sitting on its recommendation for appointment and transfers. Most of all, the answer to an imperfect system is not, it cannot be, the installation of a new one that effectively subordinates the judiciary to executive control. The NJAC mechanism also has glaring flaws. Provisions like two eminent persons who do not need any proven knowledge of law or functioning of courts, and the impossibility of a recommendation if even two of the six members disagree, effectively give veto power and the final say to the executive. The procedural design is is part of the larger problem. The NJAC does not respect the critical imperative to protect and strengthen the independence of the judiciary. The independence is not just a formal part of the basic structure of the Constitution, it is also urgent and living need in times when the power of unelected institution to act as a check on o- overweening executive power is being disquietingly weakened. The judiciary, which is the centerpiece of the constitutional balance, must be able to act with full independence. It is welcome that the opposition, which came together to pass the NJAC bill in Parliament in 2014, is now showing sign of rethink. The opposition and the court must push back against any attempt to bring back an NJAC that has been struck down by the judiciary. That's great. It's true. We cannot, we have to respect the pillars of the democracy and the separation of powers. It doesn't mean if the people of India choose one party in power, they can overshadow all the constitutional institution, and you know they get away from the check and balances of these pillars. Thank you.